So this is Lake Coleridge. It's our first morning here. There's only about 20 residents. It's a very small little village. I thought I'd buy a few supplies when I got here to find that the nearest shop is 20 k's away. But it's in the mountains and it's really beautiful. And this is the house that 15 of us stayed in last night. 6 visitors from Canada and 6 riders and Debs and James and Carly, who's going to be our guide. This is my little rental car here. So we're going to go off in 2 wagons today, this red one and one other. And we're going to drive for an hour to where the horses are. And then we're going to ride for 3 hours to the hut. Continue riding if we want to. And then do a ride tomorrow. Beautiful forest over there. Lovely place. So this is Rose and Ray from Michigan, Lorraine from Oshawa, and Marta and Irene. Irene's from Switzerland. Marta's from Auckland, originally from Switzerland. It's the mighty Rakaya. Look at that huge belly.
Yeah, it's a lot of water.
Where is it flowing to?
Straight to the ocean. So the ocean's only about
yeah, because that's where they swim upstream.
85 kilometres from here, downstream.
So we're having our lunch stop by a little stream. It's been, it's only 2 o'clock. Oh, it's 1:30. Feels like it's been a very long day. But we're up in the mountains and the blue sky is out. This is my horse here. This is Lester. Okay, this is the kind of scenery that we're riding in. We've got an invisible man on the horse in front. It's James's horse, but he's driving to the hut today. We've just stopped for lunch. But it's pretty spectacular scenery. We've seen a couple of deer that are wild. This is actually just a great big station. So it's our first evening at the hut. This is the hut. It's very small. That's Carly, our guide from Canada. That little lean-to is the cooking area. The horses are all out being grazed. Quite a logistical conundrum for them, really, doing this operation. They needed 2 wagons to come in and then 1 to come this far. And the journey coming in was at least an hour. And we are the only people in the station. And we drove on the station for about half an hour to get here. So we trekked in on that path over there in the distance. But this path that I'm walking on is pretty much the sort of terrain that we're hiking our horses on. It's very rough for them. Very stony. It's last of the dying sun there. My horse Lester, who is down there, he's one of the bays, the bay nearest. He is a very good boy. I feel like he's respectful of me, which probably sounds stupid. But when I'm leading him down steep hills, it's like he's being very thoughtful of me. Not wanting to get too close. not wanting to step on me. And yeah, I think he's a really lovely horse, but he's very headstrong. His bit doesn't seem to function as a brake. When I was riding him, we rode around that hill in the distance there. We got back here. We did a 3-hour ride to here. And then those that wanted to ride further did another ride around that hill over there. And that was about another 1.5 hour ride. And Lester got a bit pissed off at times on that ride, I have to say. And I let him canter a few times. He's got a very difficult canter. You have to really sit hard into his canter. If you didn't sit into it, I think you could easily topple off him. And he put his head down a couple of times when we were cantering, and I thought a buck was imminent. So I yanked his head up and really growled at him, because I just don't want him doing that. I'm just not prepared to be on a horse that's going to buck. So he's a strong-willed horse, and I'm weary of him, but I feel like we've got a good relationship. I feel like I'm bonding with him. The riding today has been pretty much walking. I'm disappointed in that, but to be honest, with my knee not holding up to the type of saddle, I don't think I could have gone hard today. Still, it's a beautiful thing to be sitting perched on this rock up here. We are in wilderness. There's no civilization around here for, I don't know, 50 k's. And it's just very nice. Lots of cattle, but we've also seen deer. So it feels like a great privilege to be here. I'm enjoying the scenery. I am enjoying being around horses. Had a little bathe in the stream. It's not freezing, but it's not. There's no caliphant further up. It's pretty nippy, but it's bearable to wash parts. My favourite friends that are on this ride are Rose and Ray from Lake Michigan. They're really nice. Ray used to be a GP, and Rose used to be an anaesthetic nurse. I have got the option, I think, to ride out on the 4th day, ride these horses back. The Rakaya River is going to be probably too high, but James gets data about the flow of the river on his phone. But if it's remotely marginal, he won't do it. In which case, it means returning the horses back the way we came. And that's on some pretty busy roads, and it's going to be a 50k ride, and it's going to be probably 10 hours of riding, and I honestly don't know if my knee is up to it in that saddle. That's Ray and Rose down there. Very, very nice couple. So we're like up in tundra country, tussock. It's dramatic. Everywhere we ride, it's just so beautiful. I'm missing my husband, but I'm having fun. And I'm out there doing it. So this is our first morning at the hut. It was a very windy night, and this chimney rattled and kept us awake quite a bit. But otherwise we were safe and dry and warm. It's pretty gusty today, a little bit chilly. We've all had breakfast, egg and bacon and beans. It's been a constant walk up to the long drop. And we're looking at a 9-hour ride today, although I think generally people are feeling very daunted by that. I slept actually very well, but most people didn't. Some people were up in the night gazing at the stars. We're about an hour into the ride. No rain, lots of wind, incredible wind in places. We just had our lunch stop here. It's very windy. I'm guessing it's gusting 20 knots. We all sat over that way. We're just letting the horses have a feed. They like this brown-topped grass. It's quite nippy up here. We're just shy of 5,000 feet up here. And just over yonder you can see the Canterbury Plains with the Tasman Sea in the background, which is how big the view is that we keep getting. It's very nice. But the wind is strangely exhausting. We were going to do a 9-hour ride today, but James is thinking that it will just be too much for everyone in the wind. So he did give us the option of doing that. But and I said if people went, I would go, but I don't want to be the only person to say that I will go. So we're going to take the horses back. That'll be a 5-hour ride, and then we're going to go out again in the evening. It's actually very nice riding in the evening, although it could be raining by then, who knows. Anyway, this has been a very nice ride out to here. This is our second evening at the hut. We're all doing quite well. I think some people are very, very tired because they didn't sleep last night. And we did ride for 5+ hours today in at times 50-knot gusts of wind, one of which just whipped my glasses off my face, and they have gone forever, which is a shame. Generally we're getting, I reckon, 30-knot winds. Very hard to hear anybody speak and just generally unpleasant. So we got back here and there was the option of doing a second ride. I said I was up for it, but it looked like it was going to rain because it just gets so grey up there. And it was spitting and the wind was howling. And in the end I just said, there was one other girl, Kat, that wanted to do the ride too. But in the end I said, no, I don't think the reward is worth the risk. So we didn't go. There's Rose over there. She's just so lovely. We've got some sun coming through, blue sky up here. This is how it is typically. And then miserable up there, with a rainbow generally over there. The horses are all tired. They've all got, they're all asleep. Okay, this is our last morning here. We've had breakfast, our bags are packed. Oh, Ray is camera shy. It's Lorraine and Ray and Irene. Martha down there, James brushing his teeth, and Kat over there. All the horses are ready and waiting to go. This is Lester, my horse. He's such a giant. Hi, Lester. Oh, look at you. Look at you. He did a wee-wee last night. We were all so pleased because he hadn't done one for 4 days. He's so lovely. Aren't you? Do you like being on camera? That's the other bay. That's orange with a little grey upper lip. They're all kind of ready and waiting to go, I think. They've eaten all there is to eat in here.